Good evening. A Portsmouth football fan is in a coma tonight fighting for his life after being caught up in the violent clashes between Russian and England supporters in France. 51-year-old Andrew Bash from Southsea was attacked with iron bars in the hours before England's opening match on Saturday. Back home in Portsmouth, thousands of pounds is being raised to help support him, as Mary Stanley now explains.
These are the violent scenes that left a Portsmouth man in a coma with severe head injuries. 51-year-old father Andrew Bash was beaten with an iron bar, reportedly by Russian fans, ahead of the Euro 2016 game in Marseille. This fellow England fan witnessed the assault and called French police, who gave CPR.
I could see that literally 10 metres away there was a group of 10 to 15 police, French police, riot police, just standing there with their shields while this guy was on the floor fighting for his life. And we just said to him, look, he needs help. Stone face, no response, just pushed us back, raised the shields, and I said, he's dying. Again, no response. And then I just moved closer to them into their faces and just kept saying, he is dying, he is dying, he needs medical help.
Andrew Bash, known to friends as Pepe, is in a critical condition in a French hospital. Doctors say his injuries could be life-changing. 1 minute he was said to be enjoying a sing-song with fellow fans, seconds later ambushed in an unprovoked attack. Friends have launched a fundraising campaign, and his local pub is holding an event on Saturday night. They hope to raise £10,000 for medical support.
He's a great bloke, you know, he's middle-aged, he's a nice guy, always got a smile and a chat to everybody, yeah, really good, funny guy. You know, there's been donations, even from Southampton fans have donated to the cause, so it's great that the football community is coming together.
The violence has provoked widespread condemnation. UEFA has threatened to ban England and Russia if there's further violence by fans. In an unprecedented move, England manager Roy Hodgson and captain Wayne Rooney have made a video urging fans to stay out of trouble.
I'd like to ask the fans, please, if you don't have a ticket, don't travel. And for the fans with tickets, be safe, be sensible, and continue with your great support for the players.
In these shots,
officials have appealed for calm as England approach their next game against Wales on Thursday. French police are analysing CCTV of the attack on Andrew Bash. Friends say no one should go to a football match and end up fighting for their life. Mary Stanley, ITV News.
In other news, a woman has been charged with the murder of a baby boy in Portsmouth. He was just 19 days old. 42-year-old Nicola Long from Portsmouth is due to appear in court tomorrow. Jason Brown has also been charged with allowing a child to suffer serious physical harm. An investigation is underway tonight after a man's body was found on the Isle of Wight. Officers were called to a flat in Ryde following reports someone had been seriously injured. His death is being treated as suspicious. A 53-year-old woman has been arrested. 2 men have suffered serious neck injuries after being stabbed in Bournemouth. Police say they're hunting a man in his 30s following the incident in Boscombe Gardens. Vigils have been held across the south to remember the victims of the Orlando nightclub shooting. Hundreds of people attended one event in Brighton to remember the 49 people who were killed and also those who were injured. It's the worst mass shooting in recent history.
It seems to me that this is about using lesbians and gays as a particular target in order to try and illustrate something about what this mad person thought society should be like. And it's absolutely a blow against freedom. I think we're a convenient target, and I think it's one that just reminds you how you have to go on defending these our issues and our freedoms.
A 21-year-old man has tonight been charged with arson with intent to endanger life after a car was set on fire with a teenager still inside. It happened in the car park of the Loxheath shopping centre near Fareham. The 18-year-old man managed to get out of the car without any injuries. 21-year-old Chad Dendy from Loxheath will appear in court tomorrow. Talks at ACAS to try and resolve the guards dispute at Southern Rail have tonight ended without agreement. It follows 2 days of action in the row over changes to the role. Fire has badly damaged a boatyard in Hampshire. 40 firefighters were called to the yard in Swanwick. The blaze damaged the first floor office and spread to the roof space. The cause is not yet known. A woman has been stopped by police riding her mobility scooter along the M275. Police in Portsmouth posted this picture of her buggy on the hard shoulder after she was spotted travelling along the northbound carriageway. Crime was down during this year's Isle of Wight festival. There were 85 offences recorded, down from 117 last year. There were no arrests related to legal highs despite the new laws. Now, the clear-up operation has continued after the weekend of parties to mark the Queen's 90th birthday. Streets, pubs and community centres right across the south have hosted events to mark this historic occasion. In Portsmouth, residents really went to town with their very own Queen, a fly-past and a visit by the Lord Mayor. And he even had a cake.
Got 10 street parties to go to, and this is my third. Been starting since about 11 o'clock. We've only got half an hour to go to each party, but we're thoroughly enjoying it so far. And the atmosphere is really brilliant. Everybody dressing up. We've seen lots of people out, and children fancy dress. It's been really good.
It was a great day, but of course the biggest street party of all was held in the Mall in London. Richard Slee was there, and he sends this report.
The first ever street party held on the Mall got off to a bit of a damp start. 10,000 tickets were sold to members of more than 600 charities which have the Queen as their patron. When the guests arrive, they're given two gifts. The first is a rain poncho, which nearly everybody is wearing, and the second is a rather nice picnic hamper. At £150 a ticket, a decent lunch is expected, and it included a pork pie with a crown on top. What do you think about what you've got?
I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think really looking forward to eating it, and who cares about the weather?
Any favourites there?
Pork pie. Going to enjoy eating all of it for lunch and tea. It's supposed to be, but we're going to have it for lunch.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be a wet lunch, isn't it?
It is going to be a very wet lunch. Yes.
But who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
We're here.
We're here once in a lifetime, and the food's going to be fantastic.
Exactly.
Even in the rain.
The idea of the street party came from one of the Queen's grandsons. When you suggested this to the Queen, what was her reaction?
Well, I actually went through her staff first and went through her office to sort of float the idea to see if it was even a goer. And then the next time I saw her, she said, "I hear you've been up to something." So she actually brought it up with me.
Among the guests is a large group from the Royal British Legion, including former serviceman Paul Buss, who's the vice chairman of the branch in Brighton and Hove.
I'm absolutely over the moon to be here today, even though the weather has not been kind to us, and I'm looking forward to having a really enjoyable day and of course seeing the Queen.
Fortunately, by midday the rain had cleared and the sun came out, just in time for the much anticipated appearance by the Queen, and also other members of the royal family who surprised party guests with a walkabout. Richard Slee, ITV News, at the Patrons' Lunch on the Mall.
Fantastic. And finally, British sailors are celebrating after winning 5 gold medals in Weymouth at the last major regatta before Rio. Giles Scott, who's aiming to succeed Ben Ainsley in the Finn class, produced another dominant performance, taking the honours, along with Hannah Mills and Saskia Clark in the 470s. There were also wins for Nick Thompson in the lasers and for Charlotte Dobson and Sophie Ainsworth in the 49er FX class.
This is the first event that we've won actually together as a team, and for it to be the sort of the regatta just before Rio is fantastic.
Most of the hard work's done going into Rio. Pretty happy with where I'm at, you know. I think we've been working on a few of my weaknesses and obviously it's starting to pay off, so I'm hoping that I'm peaking at the right time.
Let's hope so. Now, what does the weather have in store over the next few days? With the details, here's Simon.
From cold fronts to camping, driving through Europe, Eurotunnel the Shuttle sponsors ITV Meridian weather.
Good evening, and I'm afraid there's more messy weather to look forward to over the next couple of days, with more showers at times. And we've had a few of those around tonight, fizzling away though, and a lot of dry weather for the rest of the night. But it is mild and muggy again, temperatures around 13-14 degrees. So come tomorrow morning, should be a decent start, should be dry. We'll also see a bit of brightness to get us going. It's through the morning that you'll see a few showers developing, probably north of the M4 at first. Then once we get into the afternoon, becoming more widespread. And yes, some of them could be heavy, perhaps thundery again, and with not much wind, slow moving, so if one lands on you, it could be an awful lot of rain in a short space of time. But some of us will stay dry all day, and in the best of the brightness, we're looking at highs of 17 or 18 degrees.
Eurotunnel the Shuttle sponsors ITV Meridian weather.
Keeping a close eye on summer. The Pollen Count, sponsored by Ilogy Eye Drops.
Well, with a pretty decent start for most of us tomorrow, expect the grass pollen levels to be high initially, but as the day goes on, in fact as the week goes on, under any showers we will see those levels drop.
And that is all from us for tonight. We are back during Morning Britain from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. But from me and from all of us here on the Late Team tonight, good night.